The CIRS is the Center for Interdisciplinary Sports Research, and the center brings together researchers across the University of Lausanne from very different disciplines. So we have people from medicine, people from geography, people from sociology, and even from literature. And the idea is that across all of those disciplines, you can work on sports, but you often don't talk to each other. And we bring them together to talk to each other and do great projects. Geography has an important function when you talk about sustainability. It's a discipline that studies the natural environment and the relations of humans to that natural environment. And so this is why when we talk about sustainability, we talk about planetary boundaries, resource use, and the role of humans in that. And then criminology is in there not because there are many crimes going on in major events. It can happen, doping, for example, but because criminology also is about ethics more generally. And there are lots of ethical questions that come up when you talk about sports and about major events. So I already mentioned doping. There could be match fixing. There's also questions of where the sponsorship money comes from and how ethically sourced the money is. So this is really where criminology is a very useful component of the whole project. The big claim, if you look at sports organizations, is that they are doing sports for the planet with an exclamation mark. But as researchers, we want to interrogate those claims. So we are looking at those claims and creating our own models and searching for the data. And we also want to evaluate those claims because often the claim to be sustainable or to be a green event is made by the organizers of the sports events. And we as researchers, our role is really to have an objective and independent view and analysis of those claims. So this is a project that's funded by the Swiss National Science Foundation. It's 4 years long. We are 9 months into the project, and that means we've laid the basis of this project. So we have a model of what sustainability means for big sports events, and that's important because people have in mind 100 different things when they hear sustainability. So we have constructed a model with the help of a big expert panel. And then our next step will be to actually fill this model with meaningful data. So I think what is important for tonight is really to bring everybody along because things are moving very quickly in sustainability. So even just 2 or 3 years ago, everybody was talking about carbon neutrality and about carbon offsets. And what we see today is really that this is not what we should be aiming for. Carbon emissions can't be offset. They need to be reduced in the first place. So we need to take people along. The big thing that we are missing, particularly as researchers, is reliable data. So first for the data to be created in the first place and then to be reported reliably and consistently. Because what you can't measure, you can't manage. And what you can't measure, you also can't analyze. And for us, this is a big challenge, right? And this will certainly also be an important outcome of the project to show organizations what they're not measuring and not reporting, but what they should be measuring and reporting.